My name is Athena, and I will be leading our service this morning. So, thank you for being here. A little refresher on Sanctuary. Sanctuary Church, for those who may not have joined us before, is a 508c1a faith-based organization. We use psilocybin mushrooms as a sacrament to connect us to divinity. It is our sincere belief that the consumption of psilocybin-containing mushrooms is a communion, which brings us closer to what is commonly called God. We understand this concept as pure consciousness, which permeates all being. This pure consciousness is, we believe, the ineffable source of creation and the origin of health and well-being. Our faith in sacred mushrooms stems from prehistorical use by our ancestors and personal experiences of our modern members. It is our belief that psilocybin-containing mushrooms are one of the greatest sacraments that nature offers, raising our awareness so that we can access a direct connection to the source of life. We should not be mistaken for a medical or therapeutic organization. We strongly encourage anyone facing trauma recovery or mental health issues to work in conjunction with a psychiatrist, psychologist, or accredited therapist. Our objective is to help and support you in reconnecting with the universal source of healing, your own divine spirit. As we get ready to begin today's service, we ask that you mute your mics if they are not muted already. We want to let you know this meeting is being recorded, which if you have questions about, feel free to reach out privately. A portion of this service, we will invite you to journal. So now is a good time to grab a notebook and pen if you'd like to participate in that. And please do, if possible for you, find a comfortable space where you can relax and be present for the service. The service portion of our gathering is around 30 minutes of silent participation on your part, during which time we will begin with a short meditation. We'll read the poem which the church has adopted as our acknowledgement of oneness with all that is, titled A Litany of Gratitude. A reading from our rotating text, currently as one Thinketh, along with an opportunity to journal your thoughts around the reading. A reading from our main text, the Tao Te Ching. After that, we'll bring the official service to a close, and from there, we'll move into an optional discussion period led by Emma today, which we've allotted an hour and a half for this until noon Eastern, and do invite you to participate if you feel called. With that, I will officially bring our service to an open, welcoming and thanking you for joining our sanctuary community in celebration. As we begin our statement of faith, we recognize that this statement does not exhaust the full extent of our faith. We believe that sacred mushrooms are a primary source of personal and divine revelation. We seek counsel from the mushroom to find direction and inspiration in our faith practice, and we believe that all individuals who seek true revelation from divinity can do so. And now invite Courtney to lead us in our meditation this morning.
Good morning, everyone. I invite you now to join me in a 5-minute mindfulness meditation. So if you're not already feeling comfortable in your position, please do adjust to get as comfortable as possible. And when you're ready, close your eyes. Take a few deep breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth. This meditation is all about tuning in to what's here with us right now in this moment. Just an opportunity to notice the little things maybe we didn't notice before. We can start by just tuning in to sounds, environment, Maybe listening for the farthest away sound that you can hear. This is such a short window of time where we can just be, don't have to do anything right now. Just being and noticing what's here. So tune in to physical sensations. Notice what's here in your body. You feel any sensations that feel strong, and just notice those. Even send them some breath if you'd like to. Continue to breathe, using your breath as an anchor to come back into this moment. Notice any thoughts coming through, and just let those thoughts drift by like clouds in the sky. Take a few more deep breaths. With each breath, really coming back into your body right here in this moment. As we wrap up this meditation this morning, I invite you to offer yourself some gratitude for showing up this morning, for yourself and your community here at Sanctuary. And when you're ready, that last big breath, you can start wiggling your fingers and your toes. You can rotate your ankles and your head, shoulders. Just slowly start coming back into the service space with us. Cool.
Thank you, Courtney. Now I invite you to join me in reading our litany of gratitude this morning. If you'd like to unmute your mics and When I say we live in all things live in us, I invite you to say it with me. We live by the sun, we feel by the moon, we move by the stars. We live in all things.
All things live in us.
We eat from the earth, we drink from the rain, we breathe of the air. We live in all things. All things live in us. We call to each other, we listen to each other, our hearts deepen with love and compassion. We live in all things. All things live in us. We depend on the trees and animals. We depend on the earth. Our minds open with wisdom and insight. We live in all things. All things live in us. We dedicate our practice to others. We include all forms of life. We celebrate the joy of living and dying. We live in all things. All things live in us. We are full of life. We are full of death. We are grateful for all beings and companions. Thank you, everyone. If you'd resume your mute. And I invite Julie to help us with our first reading.
As One Thinketh, Chapter 3. Can everyone hear me? Okay, good. If you would perfect your body, guard your mind. If you would renew your body, beautify your mind. Thoughts of malice, envy, disappointment, despondency rob the body of its health and grace. A sour face does not come by chance. It is made by sour thoughts. As you cannot have a sweet and wholesome abode unless you admit the air and sunshine freely into your rooms, so a strong body and a bright, happy, or serene countenance can only result from the free admittance into the mind of thoughts of joy and goodwill and serenity. On the faces of the aged, there are wrinkles made by sympathy, others by strong and pure thoughts, and others are carved by passion. Who cannot distinguish them? With those who have lived righteously, ages calm, peaceful, and softly mellowed, like the setting sun. There is no physician like cheerful thought for dissipating the ills of the body. There is no comforter to compare with goodwill for dispersing the shadows of grief and sorrow. To live continually in thoughts of ill will, cynicism, suspicion, and envy is to be confined in a self-made prison hole. But to think well of all, to be cheerful with all, and to patiently learn to find the good in all, such unselfish thoughts are the very portals of heaven. And to dwell day by day in thoughts of peace toward every creature will bring abounding peace to their possessor.
Thank you, Julie. Now I'll take about 5 minutes to reflect on this reading. So with that, send positive, loving thoughts to someone in your life. Perhaps start with someone easy to love and then possibly move on to someone that is harder to love. They have something to teach you as well. When we can send loving thoughts to those who are difficult to love, we can truly open portals to heaven. It'll give us 5 minutes to reflect on that. You'd like to begin finishing up your thoughts. The paradoxical nature of life and its mysteries are best experienced through the ineffable space we find in our communion with the mushroom. For more than 2,000 years, the Tao Te Ching has provided guidance and instruction for exploring the paradox of existence. It is for this reason that we employ the Tao Te Ching as our primary sacred text and invite all to study it further as you delve deeper into the mystery of life. Now I invite Susan to help us with our next reading. Susan, are you there?
God, it's such a wonderful introduction. I've had a chance to read this through a couple times, and I know you guys are seeing it now for the first time. But the first two paragraphs here are our sacred nature, who we truly are. The last paragraph refers to something other than that. So keep that in mind as I read through this. One who is steeped in virtue is akin to the newborn babe. Wasps and poisonous serpents do not sting it, nor fierce beast seize it, nor birds of prey maul it. Its bones are tender, its sinews are soft, but its grip is firm. It has not known the union of the male and the female. Growing in its wholeness and keeping its vitality in its perfect integrity, it howls and screams all day long without getting hoarse because it embodies perfect harmony. To know harmony is to know the changeless. To know the changeless is to have insight. To hasten the growth of life is ominous. To control the breath by the will is to overstrain it. To be overcome is to decay. All that is against the Tao, and whatever is against the Tao soon ceases to be.
Thank you, Susan. We'll now begin closing out our service portion for today. Some announcements. We have launched our NTI Prep and Integration Weekly Workshop Series that is on Zoom this past Friday, and our next date they will be meeting is Friday, May 20th from 2 to 3 p.m. Eastern. So if that's something you're interested in, I'll post the link in the chat once we're finished. We also have our 8-week cleric certification program, and our next Q&A, I believe, is next Saturday, May 21st from 1 to 2 p.m. Correct me if I'm wrong, anyone?
That's right, Athena.
Okay, great, Courtney, thanks. And are there any other, let's see, we have our community circle May 24th from 5:30 to 7:30. This may be, we are working toward finding another location and space to host in-person events. So we may be doing some more park meetups or something like that. So keep a lookout for some shifts in our community congregating. All right. And donating, sorry, let me get my notes, guys. If you've enjoyed the service and or the community conversations afterwards, we would love it if you would consider making a donation to help support the efforts of the church. All donations received gratefully go toward current programs, development, and implementation of new programs and operating expenses. By donating, you help bring to reality the visions for Sanctuary Church. Our community consists of families and individuals from all walks of life and is open to individuals from any faith or background. If you, like many others throughout history, hold these mushrooms as a sacrament for sincere and intentional spiritual practice and would like to be part of this community, we invite you to head over to our membership application page and begin the membership process, which I will link after we close out this portion. Becoming a member is a 5-step process, which includes a discovery call with us. Members of Sanctuary Church have access to our growing list of integration coaching and therapists, members only events, including sacrament opportunities, our members portal, and our members only Discord chat, which is a daily connection with the community throughout the week. So if you have any questions around membership, please feel free to reach out. And with that, I will officially bring our service portion to a close, recognizing we've come together with intentions of service to the land and all its inhabitants. It is in our hearts to go forth into the world with the collective consciousness. We encourage you to stay for continued fellowship and conversation around our readings today. And for those unable to stay, we thank you for being with us. As we further our conversation, please remember that all perspectives are welcome as we search for the spiritual truth that unites us all. With that, much love, everyone. I hope you have a beautiful Sunday, and I will pass this over to Emma.